Ellie the Elephant and the Magic Trail. Once upon a time, in a happy village with colorful houses and rolling green hills, lived a little elephant named Ellie. Ellie had bright purple skin and wore a pretty pink bow on her ear and a cheerful yellow shirt with orange dots. Every morning, Ellie loved to help her friend Farmer Ben. Farmer Ben was a kind man with brown skin, curly black hair, and always wore blue work clothes and a yellow hat. He had the biggest, warmest smile in the whole village. "Good morning, Ellie! Ready to help me today?" called Farmer Ben as the sun painted the sky with golden light. "Yes!" trumpeted Ellie happily. "I love helping you!" Their job was very important. They had to carry fresh, clean water from the sparkling stream to Farmer Ben's vegetable garden. The stream was so pretty, with clear water that danced and bubbled over smooth stones. Ellie had a special way to carry water. She carried 2 buckets, one in each hand. One bucket was shiny and silver. It never lost a single drop of water. The other bucket was Ellie's favorite. "This red bucket is my favorite," Ellie told Farmer Ben. "I made little holes in it when I was a tiny baby with my little tusks." "Wow, Ellie, you're getting so big and strong," said Farmer Ben as Ellie carefully picked up both buckets with her hands. Every day, they walked the same winding path through the forest. The path went up little hills and down again, past tall trees and singing birds. "I love helping you water the plants," said Ellie proudly as they started their walk. But as they walked, something made Ellie feel sad. Drip, drip, drip. Water kept falling from her red bucket through the little holes. "Oh no, drip, 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 my bucket is leaking again," sighed Ellie sadly. By the time they reached the garden, Farmer Ben's silver bucket was still full to the very top. But Ellie's red bucket was only half full. All that water had dripped out along the way. "I'm sorry, Farmer Ben. My bucket lost lots of water," said Ellie, hanging her head low. Day after day, the same thing happened. Ellie tried to be extra careful, but the water always dripped out. She felt worse and worse about her bucket with holes. One morning, Ellie felt so sad that she didn't want to help anymore. "I'm not good at this job. Maybe you need someone better to help you," she said with tears in her big, kind eyes. Farmer Ben knelt down and gently patted Ellie's head. His eyes twinkled like he knew a wonderful secret. "Sweet Ellie, I want to show you something very special. Will you come walk with me?" he asked softly. Ellie nodded, even though she felt sad. Farmer Ben was always kind to her. "Look down at the ground as we walk, little friend," said Farmer Ben as they started back toward the stream. Ellie looked down at the path. At first, she only saw dirt and stones. But then, something amazing caught her eye. Wow! Where did all these beautiful flowers come from? Gasped Ellie. All along the path where they walked every day, the most beautiful flowers were blooming. There were bright yellow sunflowers as big as dinner plates, purple violets soft as velvet, orange marigolds that glowed like tiny suns, and pink roses that smelled sweeter than candy. But that wasn't all. The flowers were full of happy visitors. Orange and pink butterflies danced from flower to flower. Busy yellow and purple bees hummed cheerful songs as they collected sweet nectar. Fluffy white rabbits with blue ribbons nibbled on green leaves. Beautiful blue and pink birds zipped between the blossoms, chirping with joy. Your special bucket has been watering tiny seeds all along the way, explained Farmer Ben with his biggest smile yet. Ellie's mouth dropped open wide. You mean the holes in my bucket aren't bad? Oh, my dear Ellie, laughed Farmer Ben gently. Your bucket is perfect just the way it is. The silver bucket waters my vegetables in the garden. But your red bucket does something even more special. It waters the whole world as we walk. All those days when Ellie thought she was doing something wrong, she had actually been doing something magical. Every single drop that fell from her bucket had found a tiny seed sleeping in the soil. The water woke up the seeds, and they grew into the most beautiful flower garden anyone had ever seen. From that day on, Ellie walked with her head held high and her trunk swinging proudly. She loved watching the new flowers bloom and seeing all the happy animals that came to visit. Tomorrow I'll help make even more flowers grow, said Ellie happily as the sun set and painted the sky pink and orange. As night fell softly over the village, everyone settled down for peaceful sleep. Ellie curled up in her cozy barn, surrounded by the sweet smell of flowers. Farmer Ben closed his cottage windows, and all the butterflies, bees, rabbits, and birds found comfortable places to rest among the blossoms. Sweet dreams, dear Ellie. Thank you for making our world so pretty, whispered Farmer Ben. Under the gentle moonlight and twinkling stars, everyone in the village slept peacefully. The flower trail glowed softly in the silver light, more beautiful than any rainbow. And in Ellie's dreams, a soft voice whispered the most important lesson of all. Sometimes the things we think are mistakes can make the most beautiful magic happen. The